to Talk Birdie To Me with former world number 16 Nick O'Hearn and Tour Pro Mark Allen, live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. And thanks to our great partners, Titleist, they're the clear number one ball in golf. FootJoy are the number one shoe and glove in golf. Driving a BMW is like hitting a perfect shot, smooth, controlled and powerful. Ping, they'll help you play your best. The Golf Clearance Outlet beat everyone's prices. And Better, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. Now, from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, it's time for Talk Birdie To Me.
G'day everybody, welcome to the show. This is a Talk Birdie To Me Mini, and this week we saw a little something Tiger Woods put on. Dan?
Yeah. So Tiger was asked about who his Mount Rushmore of golfers were, and obviously most of us know what Mount Rushmore is. It's that big mountain in America, and he named his 4 players. So we'll have a quick look at that now, and then we can have a chat about it.
All-time Mount Rushmore of golf. Okay, well, probably Snead, Jones, Nicholas, me.
Okay.
A lot of them make sense. Jones, Snead.
Yeah. What did Snead win? 80-something times?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think Tiger just...
Yeah, he
did
slotted
he
himself
equaled him,
in
right?
there.
Yeah, I think he did.
Who else was on there?
Nicholas, of course. I mean, you have to.
Didn't put Ben Hogan on there?
No, that was the one name I thought. But who would you knock off? I guess the one everyone would think might be Snead you'd knock off for Hogan, but I think if you're talking about players, because Tiger always talked in those terms.
Snead never won the Grand Slam,
I don't
where
think he
Jones
did.
kind of did when he played with the amateurs.
He won the Grand Slam.
Yeah,
all
that's
in
right.
1 year
For
as well.
1 year, that's right.
But Hogan won all of them as well, right?
that's right.
Hogan almost was going for the Grand Slam, but he couldn't catch the boat.
That's right. Couldn't get the boat back in time.
Yeah, because they
For
used
the
to take
PGA.
for the PGA. That's right.
It was interesting watching some of the feedback to that and some of the comments on social media about that. And there was some people who criticised Tiger for naming himself and saying that's a little bit sort of egotistical.
No.
But I feel if he didn't name himself, it would have been false modesty and would have been
No, he had to name himself.
Had to.
every day of the week.
He had to. For a lot of people, he's the greatest player who ever lived,
Indeed.
considering
No,
everything he did.
It's kind of a toss-up, I guess, between probably Nicholas and Tiger for the greatest of all time, depending on what you want to
So should we work through the
What do you want to
Talk
do?
Birdie To Me Mount Rushmore,
Rushmore?
between you and I? I mean, I'm trying to think. I've got a Mount Rushmore of golfers who influenced me in my game.
There you go. I like that because I probably have the same.
Okay, so
I have the same.
I've got in there Hogan.
Okay.
who-
Yeah.
my
Influenced
dad-
you in the wrong way.
Well,
right?
my dad told me about Ben and the practicing and all that kind of stuff. So that turned me into a practicer.
Yeah,
All right. So
okay.
Hogan, even though his book destroyed my golf career, he turned me, the legend of Hogan turned me into somebody who practiced a lot.
Right.
And then David Graham was also a player who practiced an awful lot and went from left-handed as a professional when he got his first job at Riversdale Golf Club as a left-hander. So he turned pro as a left-hander and won 2 majors as a right-hander. So David Graham was in there as well.
Okay. That's 2.
Then I got Lee Trevino.
Okay.
I loved Lee Trevino.
The
And
Mex.
in the old day, the Super Mex, In the old days, they used to have this, the celebrity golf. It used to be a thing on the BBC and we'd get it every once in a while. And Lee Trevino was a big character there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to say Greg Norman.
Yeah.
Greg
the
Norman
shark.
had a huge influence on
He
me
did.
as a kid.
No.
So there's my Mount Rushmore of golfers who influenced
Yeah,
my
very good.
life in golf.
Lee Trevino, he was a fascinating one. Did you ever hear that story about him when he was mowing his front lawn?
No.
No? Okay. So he
No.
lived in this ritzy part of Dallas, obviously, because he's doing really well, very successful.
Yeah.
And he's out the front mowing the lawn as you do. And apparently some woman drove up next to him, parked the car
know what
and
they're gonna
wound
say.
down the window and said, "Oh, excuse me, sir, but do you mow lawns around here?" And he says, "Well, yeah, I'm mowing this one at the moment." She didn't know that it was his house, and obviously he looked like one of the local workers.
Yeah.
And she said, "Well, how much do you charge?" And he goes, "Well, I'm not sure about what the going rate is, but the lady here lets me sleep with her." Thought that was a great story.
That is funny. If they don't make a movie on Lee Trevino's life,
Well, I had that documentary a while ago,
they've
didn't
got
they?
to. Well, that doco was a ripper, but they've got to make a movie about Lee Trevino. There's so many
Fabulous.
things they could do.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go with mine, the ones that influenced me.
Yep.
The 1986 Masters. Jack Nicklaus, that made me want to become a golf pro. It really did. I thought I could be number one and the greatest player of all time. It never worked out, unfortunately. But Jack, he was my hero, and then to spend time with him at President's Cups, at his tournament, at the Memorial, it was just an iconic player, just amazing. Yep. Another guy who I loved watching growing up, Seve.
Yeah.
Seve Ballesteros.
How did I leave Seve off mine?
Just changed the game, really, and that flair that he had, and the golf swing, and it was such a shame he went down the rabbit hole.
I left Seve off my Mount Rushmore.
It's okay.
I'll let you have him. I'll let you
five
have
or four. I don't
Only
know.
five.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, only four.
There's only four.
Sorry, there's not five. There's not five.
Someone who, again, I didn't have much to do with him, unfortunately. I had a little bit to do with him, but I always admired from afar was Peter Thompson. Just, 5 times as they called him, just brilliant. And then the last one, similar to you, Greg Norman. I used to watch him through the mid-'80s come over to WA, and he'd play the W Open at Lake Carrinup, and you'd see the Akubra hat. And the first impression was, he's not as tall as I thought he was. He's very, very wide shoulder-wise, but he wasn't as tall. You thought this guy was 6'4", but I think he was only 6 foot or 6'1". Yes. And I was basically a similar height whenever I got next to him. So
what were you? You're 6'1"?
I'm 6 foot-ish, something like that. Yeah, probably shrinking, a bit like Jack actually.
Yeah.
If you watch Jack, remember we did that video with him and Johnny Miller. He was like,
Johnny
really
used to be
short
sort
now.
of the same size, but my God.
Well, Jack used to be quite a bit taller than Gary Player, and now I think Gary might be taller than him.
Oh, you're kidding me.
It's amazing the change, So
Might be
anyway,
some spine issues.
so there's my 4.
Do you know what I'm thinking? What I think might be fun? See what you reckon about this idea. Everyone who plays golf, and I'm not talking about people like you guys who are pros and who went to the highest level. I'm talking about normal people, normal people like me. Everyone's got somebody who was really influential to them at their local golf club, maybe.
Yeah.
What would be really good would be to hear some of those stories. So what I'd love to do from the Wolfpackers is to find out who was the pro who influenced you, but who was the local person at your local club who really helped you and influenced your game.
Yeah, that's good.
And give us tell us why. Yeah. And the best story, $250 to the golf clearance outlet.
Fabulous.
There you go.
Great idea.
That'd be great. So work that on our socials and send us the messages.
It's little things, Like I remember watching a video that was put out by Ben Crenshaw called The Art of Putting.
Yeah.
And I watched that video like you wouldn't believe. And I was like, oh, yeah, fabulous. And I got into the Crenshaw style. So that actually influenced my putting for a while. And then I used to watch Cybervision. Have you ever watched that?
No.
Al Geiberger,
No,
Mr.
never
59.
watched it.
He
No.
put out this thing called Cybervision, and it was like hypnosis, where you just sit there and you just watch his swing on repeat, and then they change the colors and put little dots on him and all this. My rhythm, whenever I watched that, was fantastic. And then after a while, I lost the tape, unfortunately. And I was like, damn, I wish I had that again. And I've never found it since. So if you know if Cybervision's still out there, please hit me up with it, because I want to get another copy of it.
So who's the Talk Birdie to Me?
Mount Rushmore.
4, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So let's. I think we've got to put Seve in there.
Seve.
He's in. Tiger
You're
is
gonna
in.
put Tiger? Okay.
Yeah, Tiger's in.
We're talking current now, right?
We're talking between us.
All right.
And we're not talking about who influenced us, just the best players who, the best players for golf.
Yeah. Jack's
got to be on there.
Jack's got to be in there.
So we got Seve, Tiger, Jack.
You need one more.
We need one more.
Who's it going to be? Is it Happy Gilmore?
Seve, Tiger, Jack.
It's not finding players is not the hard thing. It's working out who to leave out.
Who to leave out, yeah. I mean, you've got, as you say, you've got Jones, Snead, Byron Nelson, another one. Hogan. Just incredible.
I'd still put Hogan in there. I just...
Did I say? I didn't say Hogan, sorry.
I mean, you got Aura. I'd go Hogan, but I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Gosh. Okay.
If we got an Australian lean, if it's an Australian lean, you'd put the Shark in there.
Yeah, you put him over Peter Thompson.
Yeah, well, I never saw. I mean, I know of Pete. I didn't grow up.
I never got to watch him
with
play.
Pete.
So
I didn't grow up with Pete.
Could you have somebody in there who hasn't won as many majors as some of these other guys?
Yeah, that'd be Shark. Just two.
That's what I'm saying.
True.
No, that's the point I'm making. Can you justify having him in there?
Bobby Jones.
Yeah,
Bobby.
I reckon the Seve, Tiger, Jack, and Shark for the Talk Birdie to Me Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Very cool.
Well, that's our Talk Birdie Mini on Mount Rushmore. Never thought we'd Mount Rushmore.
I like the minis. We should do more minis.
I agree.
That's for sure.
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
Good on you, folks. See you next time.
Talk Birdie to Me with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen comes live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. And thanks to our fantastic partners. Titleist is the clear #1 ball in golf. FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Ping, they'll help you play your best. Better, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. And the Golf Clearance Outlet, who beat everyone's prices. Wherever you listen or watch, we'd love you to subscribe and maybe leave a review. Talk Birdie To Me's executive producer is Dan Bradley at Kaizen Media, with sound design by Daryl Misson at loudzebra.com. And now from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, that's been Talk Birdie To Me.